better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can say. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
It's that time of the year again. Time to beat the heat and keep those pesky insects out of your outdoor living space. Just Blinds and Travel, with over 35 years of experience, is ready to show you a better way. Keep the heat out, the bugs too, and cool your outdoor space by up to 10 degrees. Whether it's screen shades for your boat dock, sun shades for your outdoor kitchen, Just Blinds literally has you covered. All designed and installed to your satisfaction, and everything can be easily motorized for super convenience. Visit gojustblinds.com to get started.
Let's see, something different for dinner. Searching restaurants near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
Gee, same old, same old.
Wait, we're right here. Ma'am, our restaurant's just a few blocks from you. Why is she not seeing us?
Back to the usual, I guess.
Ma'am, can you not see us?
Nope, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local restaurants. You are invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Take News Radio 1440 with you everywhere on your AM dial at 1440, on 95.1 HD3 on FM, through our app on the App Store, or through your Alexa or Google smart home device.
It's 5 till. Welcome back. You're with America in the Morning. Update on rapper and music producer Sean Diddy Combs as federal agents launch raids at his homes in L.A. and Miami. Correspondent Jackie Quinn files this report.
Searches took place in Los Angeles and Miami, with video showing agents taking items from properties owned by the rapper who goes by the name P. Diddy. Two law enforcement officials tell the Associated Press it has to do with an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. They didn't say if Combs was the target. As recently as last month, a producer filed a lawsuit alleging Combs coerced him into soliciting prostitutes, and a former girlfriend sued Combs in November, alleging sexual abuse. He denied those allegations last year, calling them awful. I'm Jackie Quinn.
A high school prom will be bringing home the bacon. Kevin Carr reports that the school where the movie Footloose was filmed will have a celebrity on hand.
With the Ghostbusters and Dune topping the box office, it might seem like we are in a time machine to 1984. Well, another iconic film from that year is ready to take the dance floor for its 40th anniversary. Footloose starred Kevin Bacon as a teenager who encourages a sleepy town to lift their ban on dancing for a blowout prom. The iconic 1984 hit was filmed at Payson High School in Utah, but now the students are being transferred to a new building next year. So, for the final prom at that school, the student body asked Bacon to return to his fictional stomping ground for one final dance. On the Today Show last week, Bacon made an exciting announcement to the student body.
I don't need to say it, but the movie and Payson High School was a big part of my life. It's really inspirational. So thank you, and I'm gonna come. I gotta come.
The students at Payson High School used video reenactments of the film and a social media campaign with the hashtag Bacon to Payson to lure the 65-year-old actor back. Footloose was a massive hit in 1984, earning more than $80 million at the box office and starting a 2011 remake. The Payson High School prom will take place on April 20th. I'm Kevin Carr.
Finally, today, it is with sadness we report the passing of Westwood One engineer Paul Spiegelblatt. Paul's specialties included audio recording, editing, engineering, project management, and being a friend to all of us here on the program. America in the Morning for Tuesday, March 26, 2024. It is 5 Jack. Senior producer Kevin Elkins. I'm John Strauss. This is Westwood One.
Hey kids, it's spring break in Montgomery and Brownville, just off the Atlanta Highway next to Fraser Church Soccer Field.
You idiots are professionally transferred.
You will be going undercover as high school students.
Are you too strapped? You can't make us look like losers on the first day of school. And what makes you the expert? I was cool in high school and you what? Fair?
Ready to take a break from that class sport? We've got the bank and the cookies that want to say yes. That's yes. Are we having fun yet? Third row units ready to go. Got
favorite 50 to pick from. No way.
I'm scared. He said that wherever I went, he would find me, and I wouldn't be able to see him. I'm not crazy, making clear what I'm experiencing.
You're saying the person trying to kill you is in the room that we can't see him?
He's listening.
I'm your dealer for the people. See all these vacation ready rides at budgetsays.com. That's budgetsays.com. Call 334-244-97.
Listen to News Radio 1440 at work, newsradio1440.com, at home through your Alexa or Google smart home device. Depend on it. News Radio 1440 WIAM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge is gone.
Can't believe it's gone.
Unbelievable.
It broke apart in pieces early this morning and fell into the Patapsco River after a container ship hit the base. Cars, at least one truck, and bridge workers all fell into the chilly water as well. Fire Chief James Wallace says at least 2 people have been rescued.
One individual refused service and refused transport. Essentially, that person was not injured. However, there was another individual that's been transported to a local trauma center that is in very serious condition.
Former NTSB Commissioner Robert Sumwalt says the cargo ship may have swerved to try to get out of the way.
Right before the collision with the piling, there was a lot of smoke coming out of the smokestack of the cargo ship. And what that tells me is that the crew of the ship attempted to increase the power, which increases the steerability of the ship. So it appears that they were trying to avoid hitting the pilings.
Police say there is no indication of terrorism. The Supreme Court hears arguments today on a widely used abortion pill you can get through the mail. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
The justices will decide if mifepristone should be available nationwide.
This is going to affect medication abortion across the country, no matter where you live.
Ianthe Metzger is with Planned Parenthood.
The court should reject this politically motivated effort to interfere with the FDA's approval process.
But National Right to Life's Carol Tobias believes the court needs to rein in the FDA.
They are letting their zeal for abortion guide their actions.
In London this morning, supporters chanting outside the High Court, which has ruled WikiLeaks' Julian Assange will be allowed to appeal his extradition to the United States, where he faces espionage charges and up to 175 years in prison. Federal officials have raided 2 properties owned by music mogul Sean Combs, one in Miami, the other in Los Angeles, in connection with a possible sex trafficking operation. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
What we see here, based on simultaneous raids, is that there are allegations of wrongdoing in multiple states.
LA Dodger star Shohei Ohtani has spoken publicly for the first time about the gambling scandal that got his longtime interpreter and friend fired. Ohtani through his new interpreter.
Obviously, I never agreed to pay off the debt or make payments to the bookmaker.
S&P futures up 18. This is CBS News.
We got athletes, millions of dollars, can't speak English.
All your car care needs. Get the parts and service fast.
Wonder how that works out.
Professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
They can save money though.
There is a murderer walking among us. Follow the clues, solve the mystery.
This village really is a place where murder is easy.
Agatha Christie's Murder is Easy, a brand new BritBox original series, is streaming now. Adding to the largest collection of Agatha Christie, including Miss Marple, Poirot, Why Didn't They Ask Evans, and more.
The whole collection is magnificent.
Stream the best of British TV, only on BritBox. Start a free trial at BritBox.com. There's something magical about unboxing. When you unbox BritBox, you uncover a world of British entertainment. Stream the UK's most brilliant series, including new and upcoming seasons of Shetland, Father Brown, and Death in Paradise. Plus new originals like Payback, Irving Welsh's Crime, and Archie, the story of Hollywood's greatest leading man, Cary Grant. Unbox BritBox and escape to the best of British TV. Stream with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Our parent company here at CBS will be home to a popular awards show for some time to come.
The Golden Globes will air on CBS for another 5 years.
And the Golden Globe goes to...
The
Globes had long resided at NBC before scandal surrounded the organization behind the awards, leading that network to give them up. CBS stepped in to air the show in January, and ratings were up 50%. Though host Joe Coy drew bad reviews, the telecast earlier this year pulled in nearly 10 million viewers. Besides airing on CBS TV, the Globes will also live stream on Paramount Plus. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Border Patrol agents in California found a lot more than vegetables in a truck full of carrots. They say there was about 3,000 pounds of methamphetamine wrapped in orange plastic packets hidden underneath the bunches. 44-year-old truck driver taken into custody after he tried to bring his illegal load from Mexico into San Diego. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? You asshole think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hello, America. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you don't have Consumer Cellular yet, now is the perfect time to switch and save. For a limited time, new customers can get wireless service for as low as $15 a month for your first year. Yep, the same exact nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for $15 a month for an entire year. What are you waiting for? Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com and use code Radio15.
ConsumerCellular.com/first-year-15 for promotion.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day. Depend on it.
Okay, news.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast. News Radio 1440.
I wouldn't be able to see him. I'm not crazy making clear what I'm experiencing.
Saying the person trying to kill you is in the room and you can't see him.
He's listening.
Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Start. Do you have a shirt? I just stopped you. You alright?
Moving forward for the rest of the week, it's nothing but sunshine. Temperatures
It
range
is time to show America and the world.
close to 80 by Easter Sunday, and that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
So designated as the hazmat bridge. So trucks that are carrying, potentially dangerous goods cannot use the tunnel that get into Baltimore. They have to come around it.
Slow down. That's all good news. You keep listening.
Well, the sun started to come up.
Most accurate traffic conditions.
Oh, they knocked the bridge down. We'll be riding on that bridge.
Just off of I-85. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams, WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. A number of break-ins have some Montgomery business owners on edge. Midtown Pizza Kitchen, Cork and Cleaver, and 5 Point Deli and Grill in Cloverdale all burglarized. In some cases, the thieves made off with cash. The owner of 5 Point Deli and Grill says based on surveillance video, believes they were all targeted by the same person. The woman accused of setting fires inside First Baptist Church Montgomery a few years ago is content. Officials say 30-year-old Shane Yan was sentenced to 8.5 years in federal prison. Federal inmates are not eligible for parole. Happening tomorrow, WSFA 12 News will release episode 3 of our Being Real with Bethany podcast. Tomorrow's episode, Bethany Davis talks with longtime Fraser Baptist Church pastor John Ed and his wife. These episodes are all focused on relationships. Drop tomorrow at 8. Find that wherever you get your podcast. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headlines.
Moving world, moving world. If you're a homeowner, the last thing on your mind just may be your roof. Until it's the first thing on your mind. Call Roofing World now and get 20% off all labor and materials. That's an average savings of $5,000 on both metal and shingle roof options. And with our low monthly payment plans, you can finance for as low as $99 a month. Roofing World, Roofing World. Don't put your roof off another day. Lock in 20% off all lumber and materials on metal or shingle roofs. And on average, save $5,000 with payments as low as $99 a month. Call now for a free estimate and peace of mind. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
The biggest selection, a lifetime warranty, and the best prices guaranteed. Roofing World, Roofing World.
Call now. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
Get ready to soar beyond the horizon at Maxwell Air and Space Show. Mark your calendars for April 6th and 7th. Gates open at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Enjoy free admission and parking, plus free shuttle service from Patterson Field, Crampton Bowl. Indulge in delicious food and drinks while witnessing America's best and brightest in action. Bring the whole family for a day packed with excitement, including activities for the kids and a remarkable STEM expo. And don't miss the thrilling aerial performances by the U.S. Navy Blue Angels. For more information, visit maxwell.af.mil. See you there.
See you every day. Guys into the men's group, and guess what? The pills quit working, or they're sick of the side effects. And you know what else we see? Guys not confident in their relationship. At Montgomery Men's Health, we're the leaders in bedroom confidence. Understanding if you even need ED or OT treatment should be the first step. And the next should be choosing the treatment or treatment combination that builds your confidence. Our urologist and physician group is offering professional modern treatments with success rates as high as 92%. And definitely
All right, it's time to rise and shine, people. Time to get up and go to work.
It takes the worry out of going to the doctor. In fact, we've normalized it for guys all over New York. Come see our friendly team in Montgomery and find out why we've been #1 in men's health for years. Get a consultation and low-T blood work with results on your first visit for $99. Get your confidence back in your bedroom and beyond. Go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Trustworthy, up-to-date, dependable. We are your news station. News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. And like a good friend of mine says, you were on the wake-up list this morning, and that's a list not everybody gets to be on this morning. So it's time to rise and shine. You need to be more enthusiastic about this day than any other day in your life, because this one certainly was not promised. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins. It is time for our daily bread. A word from on high. Something that'll change your perspective or at least give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is March the 26th, 2024 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Missing the Basics. Our scriptural insight today comes from Matthew 22, 23 through 33. And Matthew 22 and 29 reads, "You are in error because you do not know the scriptures or the power of God." And again, it is March the 26th. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and once it's gone, you don't get a do-over, you don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, March the 26th, 2024, hopefully that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. Like I tell you every morning, if you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, charity, and love of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever you do what you can, while you can, for as long as you can, for whomever you can, and reach back and give a helping hand for as long as you can. Bishop Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life. You'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Because quitters will never win. And while winners may lose a thing or two, they never give up. They never, ever give up. So don't you. Never, ever quit. Because quitters will never win. And no matter what happens to you this day, remember this. This day, like all the other days, it is a great day to be alive. Good morning to you. Missing the basics. That's our daily bread for this day, March the 26th, 2024. And we'll be back, hopefully. Good morning. Anybody wake up there?
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. I'm Wynn Collier, and I wrote today's piece titled, Missing the Basics. For decades, McDonald's ruled fast food with their quarter-pounder burger. In the 1980s, a rival chain cooked up an idea to dethrone the company with the Golden Arches. A&W offered the third-pound burger, larger than McDonald's, and sold it for the same price. Even more, A&W's burger won numerous blind taste tests. But the burger bombed. Nobody bought it. Eventually, they dropped it from the menu. Research revealed that consumers misunderstood the math and thought the third-pound burger was smaller than the quarter-pounder. A grand idea failed because people missed the basics. Jesus warned of how easy it is to miss the basics. Religious leaders, scheming to trap and discredit him during the week he was crucified, posed a strange, hypothetical scenario about a woman who was widowed 7 times. Jesus responded, insisting that this knotty dilemma wasn't a problem at all. Rather, their problem was how they didn't know the scriptures or the power of God. The scriptures, Jesus insisted, aren't first intended to answer logical or philosophical puzzles. Rather, their primary aim is to lead us to know and love Jesus and to have eternal life in him. These are the basics the leaders missed. We often miss the basics too. The Bible's main aim is an encounter with the living Jesus. It would be heartbreaking to miss it. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Matthew chapter 22, verses 23 to 33. That same day, the Sadducees, who say there is no resurrection, came to him with a question. Teacher, they said, Moses told us that if a man dies without having children, his brother must marry the widow and raise up offspring for him. Now there were 7 brothers among us. The first one married and died. And since he had no children, he left his wife to his brother. The same thing happened to the second and third brother, right on down to the 7th. Finally, the woman died. Now then, at the resurrection, whose wife will she be of the 7, since all of them were married to her? Jesus replied, You are in error, because you do not know the scriptures or the power of God. At the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage. They will be like the angels in heaven. But about the resurrection of the dead, have you not read what God said to you? I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is not the God of the dead, but of the living. When the crowds heard this, they were astonished at his teaching. Let's pray. Dear God, sometimes we get lost, even among basic good things. Please help us. In Jesus' name, amen. Today's encouragement was provided by our Daily Bread Ministries.
And now it is time to rise and shine as we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America. Sergeant Kevin D. Elkins reporting for duty. Good morning. Time to rise and shine, Montgomery. Time to go to work. A little cloudy outside this morning. Maybe get a little rambunctious in the weather, but that's okay. Any day on top of the ground is better than the ground being on top of you. So let's get up. Let's go to work. Let's get motivated. I'm motivated. You ought to be motivated too. Come on now.
To the shores of Tripoli, we will find our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First they fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States.
And I think I can make it through Marine Corps basic training right now. That's right. I can do it. I really could. I could do it. I feel it in me. Yeah, I could go through Marine Corps boot camp right now. Okay, I could do it. Now you'd have to take the potato chips from me, take the sodas from me, and things of that nature. Get rid of all the pogey bait. But I believe I could do it. Now it may take like 12 weeks, but I could do it. Okay, I think I could do it. Yeah, but oh well. I guess my Marine day is gone. I won't be able to be a Marine anymore. I've been trying for years. I was supposed to go see Trump when he was in office to to rectify this thing that they did wrong to me. Didn't work out. He didn't get reelected. Obama had a meeting with Obama. I was going to this Commandant Marine Corps to make sure they corrected this injustice that was done to me. That didn't work out either. And we were in Hawaii at the same time. I took a trip to Hawaii to go see Obama when he was in there, and that didn't work out either. Okay, so I'm not going to worry the guy that's in there now because I don't even think he know where the Marines live. So okay, I'll just have to wait till Trump gets back in so we can rectify this travesty of injustice that happened to me and the Marine Corps. Okay, anybody want to hear the story? I know you don't. I'm not even going to go through it anymore. But it happened. It happened. It happened. As a matter of fact, it will be with me to the end of my days where I could have wore that uniform. Now, I like the uniform I wore. Don't get me wrong. I mean, hey, it was cool. But that was my second choice. My first choice was being a Marine, and they stuck it to me because they wouldn't let me be airborne because they said I was too short. I mean, come on, man. 5'7"? That's short? Okay, 5'6 3/4. Okay. I mean, we're not gonna worry about that extra quarter of an inch. Nobody really cares about that anyway. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope everybody. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm one of these days, but I'm waiting to the and so. You know what I do now? I go over there on Federal Drive to the Marine Corps thing, and when they see me coming, they lock all the doors. I mean, I don't know what's up with that. I'm just trying to get them to do what's right. And let me join the Marine Corps Reserves or something. At least I get to wear the uniform. So but they keep locking the door. So I'm gonna have to do a bivouac over there in the front yard one of these days at the Marine Corps place on Federal Drive and just will not be moved. That's right. I'm gonna go over there, put my pup tent up, lay in the grass, and I won't let them move me. I'll just sit there until the sergeant major or somebody comes and make that happen. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, because now I go over there sometimes and they see me coming. They see I'm out there. I be pushing on the button out there. They know it. They know it's me. They know it's me, and they ignore me. First sergeant, come on, And the company commander, I don't know where he is, but I know they know it's me. I be pushing. Listen. One morning, I pushed that button at least 46 times. I know they know it was me out there trying to become a Marine. Okay, I know they know it's me. They did, but that's okay. That's okay. I won't ever give up because they stuck it to me. Okay. So now I got to do like Mission Impossible. I got to go put on one of them rubber faces so they can't tell that it's me. I won't say anything. I'll just keep pushing the button. And that way they won't know it's me. And one of these days I'll have my justice. Okay. Get to wear them blue pants with the red stripe down. Okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Hope this day finds you well. Got a guest coming up 8 o'clock. There seems to be some confusion at the what they call this. They got the Alabama DNC or the Alabama DC or ADC, whatever it is. The Democrats got an issue right now, and they don't really know who to support. One time they support one person, another time they support somebody else. I seen Tachina Morris, which I had forgot what Tachina Morris looks like until the other day. I forgot what she looks like. Anyway, so she's on there, I guess, whining about something. I'm not exactly sure what they're whining about, but I thought at one moment, I thought that they were getting behind Mr. Daniels. I thought that's who they were getting behind. Now it looks like that the big dollars have come in town, and now they're behind Mr. Figures, which, I don't really care which one I'm win. I like Mr. Daniels, though. At least he has the gonads to come up here and have a conversation where this Samari guy, Figures guy, hey, I guess he thinks he gets to win on his good looks or something. I don't know. But he seems like a good guy. But I don't think he got the gonads to come up here and say to me. See, they only go places where everybody's gonna tell them that, you don't need to spray after you use the bathroom because your stuff don't stink. I said, okay. So as long as we hear that, our ego is not bruised. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds everybody well. It is 7:28 in the morning. Well, I wonder who this is. Like I don't know who it is. Good morning. And this means you don't call me back until the 3rd hour. Let's get that straight. All right. I just want to make sure y'all know. Hey, that's right. Ain't got nothing to do with color, brother. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but you know me. I don't know what that means, but okay. I let it slide. All right, Mr. Ed, that wasn't too bad. Anyway, at 7:30 in the morning, I was looking at our daily bread a few minutes ago. I was listening to it. I wondered, did I understand this right? That if you marry a woman and you don't have any kids, and if you got like 12 brothers, all 12 brothers supposed to marry her until they get, and if that brother dies, the other brother's supposed to marry her. If that brother dies, the other brother's. Is that in the Bible? I mean, really, you're supposed to do that? I mean, that's kind of unfair to her. I would think she probably want to get out the family by now. I wonder, is that a tradition or is that a biblical fact? I mean, you got to keep marrying a woman. Man, it's like trading her around. I don't know, but I got to find out where that's in the book at. 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Yes, yes. Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. Hold it. Hold it. Don't ask the question unless you want the answer. Okay, then. Bring it on. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's wrong with that? What? Yeah, it won't be us. we, we do want to build a wall. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Right. Hmm. Hmm. We are not at the bottom. Mississippi is. Yeah. It's not about the. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do you really believe? Come on. Do you really believe that they go up there for the citizens? See, that's your first mistake right there. It's not about. It's not about us. Yeah. It's not about us. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Let me work on that. Yeah. No. No. I don't. I don't like barbecue. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Mm. That's gonna cost you something. Now y'all need to help pay for the mobile kitchen. Now I ain't talking about help eat the food. Y'all need to help pay for the mobile kitchen. So when I called him up, he said when he tells me it's gonna cost you $700 to get the mobile kitchen over there, so y'all can have a party. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I hear you. I understand. Yeah, you can. That's right. All right. And I have the mobile kitchen waiting around. 7:34 in the morning. If you got to be there by 8 o'clock, you got about how many minutes you got to be there? You got to be 20 something minutes in order to get there. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I said they don't go to help us. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 At 6:18. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, he lives. He got a place over there. He's got a place over there. I believe he did. Yeah, he did. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think you can find. I think John. Well, I think John Rogers has got a new address now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm just saying. You know. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Wait a minute. Now, Jeff's a good man. Jeff's a good man. No, he didn't. We had a couple of conversations. I like Jeff Sessions. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. All right. Let me go. I got you. I got you. I got to run. I got to run. We can't go on all day on that. I hear what you say. Good morning. Who's this? Good. Good morning. Fine gentlemen. Fine gentlemen. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Now, did I miss something? Oh, yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I believe that the mayor, correct me if I'm absolutely wrong here, I believe the mayor wants to change it or handle it himself or appoint people to it. Okay. 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 Hmm. Well, so who is in charge of that place? Okay. Okay. Now they're not wrong. You cannot give. That's like giving a private a big raise, and the sergeants don't get one. Well, okay. So what makes it? What? Yeah, yeah. I can understand that. I can live with that. Okay, we'll be back. Yeah, that's our. Or the lieutenant gets a raise, and the majors and the captains don't get one. Well. Okay. We'll be back. I don't know who's on that. What we got? Who's Carmen Douglas is the director, the personnel director. Nina Eggers is the personnel analyst, whatever that means, and Robbie Estes is the senior analyst. Okay. One of these days we're going to figure out what they absolutely do. Montgomery City County personnel, is that Montgomery, Alabama? Is that Montgomery? I don't know where that is. Yeah, that's in Montgomery. Yeah, that's Montgomery. Okay. Well, anyway, all right then. We'll be back uno momento. Okay, don't go any place. We'll be right back. Just to talk at you in a minute here because we got to figure this out. See, we have got to figure this out because you can't give if you give one person a raise, you got to give everybody a raise. And then when you get done giving that raise, I'm going down the hall down there and say, "Can I get a raise too?" I mean, once you start passing out all these raises, then you know everybody gonna need one. Not just them folks right there. Okay, but I think there ought to be more than three people on that board. I don't know. But we'll be back right after this. It is 7:43 in the morning, right here in Montgomery, Alabama, the capital city of the state. We'll be back.
Winner on today. We are clearing out some clouds in the 70s, but moving forward for the rest of the week, it's nothing but sunshine. Temperatures range anywhere from the low, mid, and even up to 70s. We're to 80 by Easter Sunday, and that's your first alert forecast. On WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran, News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Nothing's being reported that we're still on an alternate route. Looking at the traffic flow map, we'll be slow down. Good. Keep listening and looking for folks. Ace Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. And the Civil Code is ready for life and death situation. Ace is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. When we always got to watch traffic, this is major delay.
Amidst the U.S. government's efforts to ban TikTok, former Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick has shown interest in purchasing the platform. According to reports, Kotick has discussed the purchase with potential partners, including OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, raising questions about whether this potential partnership could involve using TikTok data for AI training. This development comes amidst heightened concerns over TikTok's privacy practices. Do you think TikTok should be banned or bought out? The latest esports and gaming news.
No, I don't. The Planet 364 that includes the world, so the 13 degrees on 37, the 103 quarters, First off, they're going on a highway next to Fraser Church. Let's have some fun. Ready to hit the road, but worried that trade won't hold the crew? We've got burgers ready to go and on sale. Worried about gas prices or the cash won't get you that far? We've got gas savers ready to go with over 50% and no payments for up to 3 months. Ready to take a big step first. We've got the bank and the company to tell you to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. Are we having fun yet? Thursday, you're ready to go. Gas savers 50 to pick from. No payments for up to 3 months. Banks and companies that want to pay? Yes, yes, yes. But what about those sweet babies? Payments for the children for fun. Pizza and drinks. Yes, that's a great vacation package. Remember to get your window with every birthday. Everyone deserves to try to live out the fall to a dream vacation. On that first, we do it for all the people. All these vacation ready guys that register just at home. Just at home. So 334-244-7777.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. Are you still on the fence about owning gold? It's time to pull the trigger with the Oxford Gold Group to buy gold and silver. Nobody can predict the future. But we can't put our head in the sand either. The Oxford Gold Group has to go. They make owning gold and silver simple and easy to understand. Call Oxford Gold Group right now and you may qualify for up to $10,000 with 3 precious metals. Call 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995-GOLD. PureTalk believes in American values, and that free should mean exactly that, free. Well, switch to PureTalk today, and you'll get a free Samsung 5G smartphone. Now, qualifying plans start at just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, and, of course, mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword PureTalk, claim your eligibility for your free brand new Samsung 5G smartphone. Start saving on wireless today and switch to my cell phone company, PureTalk.
Get ready to soar beyond the horizon in a Maxwell Air and Space Show. Mark your calendars for April 7th. Gates open at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Free shuttle service from Patterson Field, Crampton Bowl. Enjoy some delicious food and drinks while witnessing America's first and brightest in action. Bring the whole family for a day packed with excitement, including activities for the kids and remarkable STEM Expo. And don't miss the brilliant area for U.S. Navy Blue Ranger. For more information, visit Maxwell.com. See you there.
Sneezing, coughing, stuff like money that was supposed to be drilled, and sleeping, groggy.
Making Jenna miserable. Then I recommended Lavage. Lavage provides immediate drug-free injected relief. Washing your days with passengers with professional care and sucking out you your mother and more irritants. Lavage helps you breathe easier, feel better, and feel your best right away.
curtain. I didn't have to wait an hour. I didn't have to wait a minute. I went, and I felt immediately I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E.
I've had people ask me how I find it, and I tell them Navage. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
You need you can trust the news you depend on. News Radio 1440. More at newsradio1440.com.
Oh yeah, I gotta go on America's Got Talent. I just gotta get there. So okay, I can't do American Idol because I'm too old. So, but I gotta go. So somebody let me know when America's Got Talent comes to Montgomery. I'm gonna be on that stage. I'm gonna do a little Luther for them. You know, and listen, you can do Luther, you can do anybody. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. 3 minutes to the top of the hour in Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. So John Baker is the chairman of the board. Andrea McCain, don't know her. Jacqueline Crawford, whoever they are. I know John Baker. John Baker used to work for the city or something like that. Anyway, I don't know what the board does, but Airport Authority, one out of step appointment. The board approved a request for Wade Davis, executive director for the Montgomery Airport Authority, to appoint Devon Williams to the position of airport services agent. Okay. The board also approved the request from Wade Davis, executive director of Montgomery Airport Authority, to do a 6-step irregular salary increase for Brittany Jones Dabney, airport marketing and communication manager. Okay, does everybody get ready? The board also approved a request from Florence Coughlin, the county administrator, with approval for Montgomery County Commission at its December the 22nd meeting to appoint Cody Cherry to the position of IT manager. Okay, right, I get it. We gotta have a good IT manager. Okay. Anyway, the minutes are online, so you can check them out yourself. 860-1440-752 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. You're doing fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, again, though, but you can't give a low guy a raise without giving everybody else a raise. I mean, you just right, but who's going to pay for the raise? Who's going to pay for the raise? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, but right, but here's but listen, I think people well, they are giving people money, but I do but where does that money come from? It always comes from the poor folks who don't get raises, and steps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I know what you mean, but well, I understand, but raises don't come out of the sky, though. They don't come out of the sky. Somebody has to pay the money. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we should take some of them people that's in jail and make them police officers. They wouldn't ask for no raise. Well, I think y'all were. Mm, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. But if everybody knows what the job pays and they put in for it, then don't put in for the job. Well, I hear you. Well, they better not go on the radio. Well, it takes some time. Yeah. Yeah. Well, well, I get paid too. I mean, you pay salary. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, I'm not really complaining. I should complain not me. Good morning. Morning. Need some who? They need some what? Okay. Okay. Now wait a minute. Now let's not categorize everybody in one fell swoop. I'm sure there are policemen out there actually doing their job. What do you think they are? Okay, now let me ask you a question. Why did you don't think we need law and order? Well, now wait a minute. But you do want some job security, don't you? So obviously you've never served in the military. Okay, I feel you. Okay, well listen, some people do it and some people talk about doing it. So, what can I tell you? All right then. No, we don't pay homage to our policemen and those people like that. So those, it's tough going out there every day. Not knowing the crazy Larry going to be on the other end of that stop. You never know. You never ever. Okay, never know. I'm just saying, it's not. I think y'all would be. I mean, the state of Alabama, the state of Alabama said you need $47,000 a year to take care as a base salary to take care of all your basic needs in the state of Alabama. So maybe I'll just take everybody to $47,000. Of course, that means $40 hamburger and things like that. We'll do that.
That's what's happening this Tuesday. A number of break-ins have come and Montgomery business owners on edge.
See? Why you need policemen?
Cloverdale all over line. One person, the thieves made off with cash. Owner of 5 selling drills with based on surveillance video, believes they were targeted by the same person. The woman accused of setting fires inside First Baptist Church statement. Bishop said 30-year-old man is going to stay in federal prison. Happening tomorrow, WSFA 12 News and the episode 1 will Pastor John and his wife. These episodes are all focused on relationships. Wait, and that I'm Kathy Williams, report.
Radio 1440 WLWIAM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Disaster in Baltimore.
The bridge is gone.
Locals stunned as the Francis Scott Key Bridge broke into pieces overnight and fell into the Patapsco River after a container ship crashed into the base of the bridge. At least 2 people have been rescued. One is in very serious condition. Others are missing. CBS's Nicole Stanga is near the scene.
The search area here is large, and officials are reiterating they have used specialized sonar equipment to detect multiple vehicles underwater. They've not yet said how many.
There were also workers on the bridge at the time. A memo obtained by CBS News shows the ship had warned transportation officials it had lost propulsion and a collision was possible. For now, State Secretary of Transportation Paul Wiedefeld says
vessel traffic into and out of the port of Baltimore is suspended until further notice, but the port is still open for truck transactions.
The Supreme Court begins hearing arguments next hour on whether the abortion pill mifepristone should be available by mail. Planned Parenthood's Anthony Metzger.
Mifepristone is safe and effective and has been used by more than 5 million people in the U.S. for abortion and miscarriage care since it was approved more than 20 years ago.
National Right to Life's Carol Tobias.
We don't like the pill at all because it is being performed or used on healthy women with healthy babies. But the court should at least put back some limited protections for the women taking the pill.
A court victory for WikiLeaks' Julian Assange in the UK. London's High Court has ruled he cannot be extradited to the U.S. to face espionage charges unless officials here guarantee he won't get the death penalty. Assange's wife, Stella, spoke outside the courthouse.
The court recognized that Julian was exposed to a flagrant denial of his freedom of expression rights.
A court in Moscow has extended the detention of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich by another 3 months. The ruling comes almost a year to the day he was taken into custody for alleged espionage. CBS's Vicki Barker from the Foreign Desk.
We've had reaction from the U.S. ambassador to Russia. Lynn Tracy attended today's hearing and said Evan Gershkovich's continued detention shows that Americans are being used as pawns by the Kremlin.
Former President Trump's media company begins trading publicly today. Truth Social debuts under the ticker symbol TJT. The stock price near $50 and a market value of about $6.8 billion. It was acquired by a blank check company yesterday, made up mostly of small-time investors trying to support Trump. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for 2 months, and the nasal congestion was probably the part. I had post nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing the nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery in cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and do your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done is completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage simply cleared the way, literally cleared the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Who's turning the big 8-0? Diana Ross will be coming out to a big birthday bash to celebrate her 80th. The party is slated this weekend in Connecticut where she lives. When she turns 55, Beyonce saying happy birthday, entertaining guests including Stevie Wonder, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Chris Rock. There really is no mountain high enough for the entertainer. She'll tour in the U.S. later this year. She's in each city for 11 days. Ross was #1 with 18 different songs. Wendy Gillette, CBS News. New way to satisfy your sweet tooth at a fast food burger chain. McDonald's says it will sell Krispy Kreme donuts at locations nationwide by the end of 2026. After the announcement, donut company shares jumped almost 20% in pre-market trading today. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
And that is Medishare. Switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month. And that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of recovery through this. People love having telehealth and a huge need for the network. So yeah, well, you can take the time to like that. You can happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or working the gig economy, you can kind of plan happy with it. You can call right now to get a price within 2 minutes. See what you can say. If you're really, really smart and you call 855 That's 855 855
Horizon and Maxwell Air and Space Show. Watch your calendars. They're April 6th and 7th. Gates open at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Enjoy free admission and parking plus free shuttle service from Patterson to Crampton. Post your delicious trip to witnessing America's festival. Stay in action. Bring the whole family for a day packed with including activities for the kids and a remarkable STEM expo. Don't miss the thrilling performances by the U.S. Navy. More information is at Maxwell.a. John Mills. There.
News Radio 1440 is everywhere you are. On the radio, online, at newsradio1440.com, and on our app. You can also listen on your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440.
Okay, then. Well, my guest should be here at any moment now. And that's why I never tell people about guests sometimes, because sometimes they show up on time and sometimes they don't. Oh, I was looking at these Montgomery City County Personnel Board agenda meets, which March the 25th. I guess that was yesterday. Let me see now. Okay. They have cost of living raises that people. Oh well, listen, I don't have a problem with people. Maybe everything else is going up, but I don't know how people on Social Security, and that's all they got. I don't know how you make it. It's tough out here. I just don't know how you make it. It's tough. My son told me that I'd work hard if I was getting that stuff. You know, but I don't want to show the people do dangerous things. You know, that's tough sometimes. But I just shake it off and keep moving on. With the pain sometimes it's better with me. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds all of you well. So what did I have? So my guest is here. What did I have on my list this morning to talk about? Now, early this morning, we did our little daily bread thing, and there was a story this morning that remember A&W, and there are a lot of lessons. There are a lot of lessons in this right here. Years ago, when I was working at Mickey D's, and about 15 years ago, I worked at 16, and we had a quarter pounder, and the quarter pounder, I cannot believe that. But anyway, so the quarter pounder came out. So A&W decided that what they would do is have a third pounder burger. Well, it didn't sink in to the people. See, this is what I'm telling you guys yesterday. You see, I may not be good at trigonometry and algebra and things of that nature, but I know how to count the money. Okay. Well, people didn't buy the 1/3 burger, even though it was more than the quarter pounder, and they sold it at the same price. Okay. So evidently, even back in the old days, we didn't do a very good job of teaching people, because people didn't buy the 1/3 burger because they thought the 1/4 the quarter pound burger was bigger. They thought they get more for their money by buying a quarter pound burger as opposed to a 1/3 burger. You know what I'm saying? And how many lessons are in that? Marketing sucks. Because if you can convince people to buy more for the same amount of money, then what's wrong with our mathematical computation there? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know A&W had a third pound burger. Of course, back in those days, I didn't have enough money to get it anyway. But it was just, how many? There are a lot of lessons to that. Marketing is everything. Okay, so A&W comes up with a hamburger, but nobody bought it because they thought it was a smaller hamburger. I mean, whoever did the marketing for that burger needs to be fired. Okay? You couldn't convince people to get more for less money. That's the first time I heard that story the other was today. I didn't know that. They didn't. I got to go back and find out who was in charge of marketing. Because that's a terrible shame, right? That's a terrible shame. You can't buy a bigger burger. They were selling bigger burgers for the same amount of money that Gallows was selling the quarter pounder burger. And they couldn't sell the third pound burger because the American people thought it was a smaller burger. Now, also, the Chinese national person, I don't know what she's running up to bring down the church for, but evidently she got some time the other day. I can't pronounce her first name, so we just give the last name, Yan, Y-A-N. The woman accused of setting fire to the historic First Baptist Church in Montgomery in 2021 has been sentenced to 102 months in federal prison for arson and the illegal firearm possession. So I guess if you're not a citizen, you don't get to walk around with a gun. I don't know why not. Well, everybody else says. According to court records and evidence presented by Yan's June 2023 trial on September 30, 2021, he entered the church in downtown Montgomery and ignited multiple fires inside the building. The Montgomery Fire Department was able to extinguish the blaze, but only after the church sustained significant damage. Evidence prior to September 30 that he had exhibited odd behavior. When arresting John on October the 4th, 2021, agents found items identical to those seen on church surveillance video. Well, never asked the woman why she was burning up the church. I'm not sure why she went to burn the church now. I don't know either. There's no late guess. You know, if this was the military, I have him standing at parade dress and doing some potatoes. Okay, but I ain't gonna do that. But he's probably been officer, so he probably had me. Anyway, and if you live in Baltimore, if you've been there, if you plan on going to Baltimore anytime soon, just stay here because the bridge fell. The bridge fell down with a boat hit it. Big old bridge. And some people are trying to float in the big bay or whatever river that is in Baltimore. That's a doggone shame. Big old bridge said way in the sky, the boat can't miss it. I don't know. That's what you get when you pay minimum wage. Anyway, 860 is our number here. So people in the water, see, I would be driving. But they automate cars, where you roll the windows up, you bounce. You don't go down in the water. Okay? So that's going to be another thing that we need to put in our cars because you never can tell when a bridge is going to fall while you're on it. That's why I wouldn't go across that bridge at Pike Road for years. I'm not going to go too high in the sky. If I'm going to fall, let me fall close to the ground. I ain't going up that bridge. Anyway, Joe, how you doing, sir? Kevin, how are you? I'm doing fine. Now, you are the head of the DNC or whatever it is. No. ADC? No, I'm the head of the Montgomery County Democratic Party. Okay, so NCDC. Right. Okay. And you guys good morning, everybody. Yeah. So there's been some frustrations around here lately about during the initial primary. Evidently, I thought you guys supported Mr. Daniel, and then all of a sudden now we don't support Tamari Phillips. I mean, what's over there? And that's why I'm here. Because like black, yeah, 6th grade wristwatch is broken.
I'm getting different and doesn't know what time it is. You were just like that.
I'm just asking the question. You know, I remember the commercials that came on TV. I'm just saying. So somebody said that somebody may have, you know, somebody may have, you know, in the middle of the night, you know, gave some gratitude. I'm just asking a question. I don't know.
I'm the person.
Okay, now get in front of the microphone.
Mr. Daniels was not endorsed
Okay, what?
Initially. So that's the first factual breakdown. The delegates we met some time ago in the endorsement went to the poll embrace the field. You should understand this. ABC is the Alabama Democratic Conference statewide organization, membership organization. So the members, the delegates from the relevant counties in the second congressional district on that to decide who they want to person. Like any group of individuals, if you people in a room, it's going to be hard to come up with sometimes a consensus. Anyway, sometimes people, a lot of times people leave unhappy. And people leave unhappy, they tend to say false and outlandish things. Napoleon Gracie from Mobile was a good person, primarily because of those delegates. If he did not make it to run now,
Now, and just give me a quick, Mr. Figures had lived as a permanent resident of Alabama for a while. He's been in Washington, D.C. So why would we, Daniels, who's from here, who's the Speaker of the House, evidently experienced in the political realm, the minority leader in the House, why would we arbitrarily ignore him, a guy who lives here, or a guy who comes to visit?
Well, I'm not going to say Mr. Figures simply comes to visit. Mr. Figures' home is Mobile.
Okay, technically, you're right.
Well, you know, people say, when I went to law school in Pennsylvania,
yeah,
and people say, where are you from? And I lived in Washington before that. I never told them I lived in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
When I got home, people said, where you go to law school? I said, Pennsylvania. I never told them I lived in Pennsylvania. I told them I lived in Montgomery. Because Montgomery was home.
That's your home.
Right,
Yeah.
Montgomery's home.
Right.
Even when I didn't live here, Montgomery's home. I lived in Morehouse in Atlanta.
Right.
People say, where you from? I said, Montgomery. I didn't say Atlanta. I'm never one of those guys who claim cities where I kind of stayed there.
But Mr. Figures has lived there for a while.
Yes, certainly. He certainly has.
So is he in touch with the needs and the assessments of the needs of the people who live here in Alabama, since he's been up there the big league?
People in Mobile believe so. The people in Mobile believe so. That's what.
But what about the people in Montgomery?
Well, I think the people in Montgomery follow and listen to the people of. I said listen to people in Mobile. But, you know, the district covers less than 14 counties, and my position was always that I want somebody from Montgomery because of my job. I want Montgomery to be taken care of, and I wanted somebody from Montgomery, but that didn't happen. So, you know, when that doesn't happen in the democratic process, people out of the district. Wanted somebody who was from the district, and that came in the form of home. Who knew what they were doing? If you're not from Mobile, you probably have it. Don't imagine people from Mobile don't know the representative of Montgomery. That's not that's true. That's not a good thing. If I go to Huntsville, people don't know me. They know because that's who really represents us up there. He's from, I'll say, he's from Bullock County, but lives and resided in Huntsville for a long, long time, so they know. So it's one of those things that, depending on what part of the state you're from, you're going to get a different reaction from people based on how they feel. And that's what makes these things different. Because people are necessarily united on one particular thing. Because, you know, whatever you want, you can rationalize a reason to get it. Daniels is in Alabama and Figures live in Washington. Well, you know, then some says, well, we have the Figures grew up here and Daniels didn't. Well, Figures is closer and Daniels represents Mobile or Huntsville now, so he wants to rationalize different things. Some people in the middle who aren't really too hung up on either one of those things, they may come to a different. Some people, that, come from Representative Dan, good job in the state house. Rob break that up. That's what in the Washington.
There's an article in 1819 News that says, despite questioning party loyalty, Alabama Democratic Conference Chair Joe Reed announces party support for minority figures in AL2.
Yeah.
And we have well, it says despite questioning party loyalty, I would imagine that you guys are the ones who question the party loyalty.
A lot of people have questions. Representative Daniels has questions. What wasn't that? We read the follow-up article. Representative Daniels approved some of those same questions. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions. Just answer questions. The answers that Mr. Q just gave is satisfying. So that was the end of that.
So it had nothing to do with contribution.
No, well, to the extent what those contributions were, but that was explained. It was satisfactory explained to a room full of people. And in that room full of people, which was about over 50 people, were satisfied with that. At least appeared to be. So there's never anything wrong with asking a question, never, to get clarity. The question, like I said, what's going to happen is, what is the answer to?
Why did the question of party loyalty even come up?
Well, I think because this particular group was, I think, believed to have contributed to people in the Republican Party and that race and concerns.
And why is that a big deal if I got a friend that's a Republican? Why is that a big deal? Well, it's my money.
Right, that's true. And I don't necessarily think that is by standing alone. By itself, there are plenty of people on both sides of the aisle who got funders in different political parties.
Exactly.
But this type of that's going on.
They did the same thing to Fernando Morgan. Because he gave somebody some money some years ago, you dumped him off the ticket.
Okay, we have to come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's do it. So it certainly happened, but I think it was the sizable amount of money that was coming in and some misinformation. But that's why people have conversations. That's why you talk. And sometimes you get ahead of yourself. Let's say you get over your skis, and then anybody who's over ski before you get over your skis, you can fall. And it's a dangerous place to be. But that was cleared up. So I think it was the amount of money. In fact, this particular hack had gone after some Democrats on the West Coast, and there was concern whether or not this particular hack would have some undue influence. But this is a problem with Facebook and things like the internet and things like that. There's like too many rumors get out there, too many false statements get out there, and people don't dig and check, and they believe what somebody says on the web, on Facebook, as to what.
Well, let's go here.
And then and then you start digging, you find those aren't even the facts. So once the facts come out, this particular group, has, which 9 people make it this fact, 9 voters make it a fact. And they're an industry like you're in any other industry. Dairy farmers are the industry. Soy farmers are the industry. They're going to donate on both sides of the aisle. They're going to, because they're trying to push an agenda for them. The tech industry is the same way. They're going to do that. So this industry is no different than anything else. And so there's some confusion about this and misinformation, but the talking something. I mean, yeah, facts are not part of campaigns. To be clear about that. Facts are part of campaigns.
There's money.
And they see some that like you can't stop them, you can't control.
Okay, well, in 1819, article says Reed's comments in support of figures contradict a strongly worded letter he sent out before the Super Tuesday primary election, in which he claimed that both Figures and Daniels received money from conservative sources in an attempt to steal the election from us. This came out as the ADC back then candidate Napoleon Gracie in the letter said that the party needed to consider whether or not these 2 candidates can continue to run as Democrats.
Sure. You ask questions. That's what you're supposed to do. You do something that doesn't look right. If you're present when it happens, you might want to ask that question. Like I said, the question was asked, the dialogue was had, the explanation was given, clarity was given, and that was the end of that. And this is not a complicated thing. Yeah. 1819, I would spend more of this time trying to figure out about what DEI is.
Well, how come that same clarity didn't help Mr. Fernando Morgan?
Different issue.
What it is, he gave money to a friend that was a Republican.
He wasn't disqualified from any race, though. Was it?
He came in second to a race that got rid of. Well, he came in second to a race that the first guy he got threw off the ballot. So technically, in America, whoever comes in second gets moved up to first place.
Well, that's perhaps in a track meet, but not in politics.
Not in politics. In politics, we screw you, move your tattoo. Yeah. That's what you did to them. That's what you did to them.
I know that's the way you feel.
That's the way I feel. A lot of people are that way.
A lot of people feel that.
So 9,000 votes went in the trash.
The trash. When you run as a Republican or as a Democrat, be real clear about that.
Okay, let's be clear.
When you run as either a Republican or a Democrat, you run pretty much at the pleasure of the party apparatus.
But you pay for that.
Hold on. You may pay a qualifying fee to do that. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like going to a restaurant paying for your meal. Right. That doesn't mean you own the place.
But it's still my meal.
You don't own the building.
But it's still my meal.
But you can't cut off. You can't break the house rules. Mm-hmm. You know, so every organization has its set of rules, and you have to familiarize yourself with those rules when you do it. But if there's something that either party, you look at the Republican Party, it's no different. They toss people off ballots every election cycle. It happens for various reasons.
I don't know how I missed all of that.
Some people may agree. Some people may think the reasons that they were removed from ballot are okay, and some people only use the person who's off doesn't think that they are.
When we come back, I want you to explain to me in as concise a way as you can why that the majority of black folks should stick with the Democratic Party. Can you explain when we come back? Yeah. Okay. We'll be back. Right over there. Joe Reed with us. He is the head of the MCDC. I think the Montgomery County Democratic Conference. And here in Montgomery, and they like taking people off ballots. We'll be back after this.
I want to get you.
You buy the Sun's
I'm gonna let you answer.
I'm gonna let you answer. You want it all the time. You need to answer.
And I think it's what you're saying right now.
Hello.
I mean, I think when it's like one of the I think when you and everyone is this, and there were people who supported, who've been paid by Anthony Davis's campaign, who are members of ADC, who were not in the screening, who were not even there, who cooked that shit up. All right, and they are mad because the person who they like didn't get endorsed. So what they do, I
can understand a little bit of that.
But they go out because their person that they're passionate about didn't get endorsed, so they go out and they disparage the process of how it's done. You know, that's not only it's false and misleading, but it's detrimental. It's like it's like Donald Trump. You lose an election. He got cheated. And as soon as there's some proof that says that, and the judges are going to step forward, and the judges that were appointed by him,
they cheated.
Okay,
they got paid off.
That's what I'm saying. These things are detrimental because the people who lob the allegations, Kevin Elkins, don't have any proof. It's just something like, well, they must
the proof is right here. You can feel it. Intuition. We if it looks like doo-doo, smells like doo-doo,
that's what we talk about.
Then it's doo-doo.
That's what we'll come back and talk about that.
We got to feel it.
Where he was in 2020.
That's what we're talking about.
Kind of like going down an alley, knowing there's something up there, up ahead, but you don't know exactly what it is. But you know it's there.
But when you get there and there's nothing. When there's nothing, when you get there, there's nothing there.
He was hiding.
Right. When you get there, there are no footprints of the snow. Okay, but there are no footprints of the snow when you get here. Nobody's been there. We got to lose better in America. We got to lose better, and we can't tear our system down because we don't like the results.
Only the Democrats can do that.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
All qualified callers who call the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, this week will get a free Ronald Reagan half-ounce silver coin. Call 855-815-GOLD and get yours free while supplies last. Ronald Reagan cut taxes, cut government spending, and gave us peace through strength. Now you can celebrate this great president with a limited-run half-ounce silver coin from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. They're a 7-time Inc. 5000 winner, #1 rated gold IRA company with over 5,000 5-star reviews. Call them today at 855-815-GOLD and get your hands on a free Ronald Reagan half-ounce silver coin. Call 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
Hey y'all, this is Aaron Tippett. Being in the music business, traveling, working late, doesn't do great things for my routine. But I found that staying active and making time to work out.
I'm on the radio.
my energy where it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm in Kevin Elkins' studio.
No matter what you do or where you are, make time to stay in shape. You'll feel better and have the energy you need to accomplish your goals. This message brought to you by U.S. Air Force.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. My mom is stronger than anyone I've ever known. Growing up when life got hard, her strength helped pull us through.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Even after her heart failure diagnosis, she remained stronger than ever. My family support keeps us strong.
All right, sure.
Together, we're rising above heart failure.
Man, Notre Dame didn't even make the thing.
Shit, Kentucky didn't either.
Do you know, I had never heard of Morehouse before I got here in 91.
You're kidding.
I had never heard of that school.
Well, you're in Indiana. So
Yeah, I think, I mean, you got Notre Dame right there. And
well, that's why.
Yeah. I had never heard of them. And what I have read about Benjamin Elijah Mays, what an amazing man.
He is revered as our, people say King is the most famous alumni, but the most important Morehouse man is Mays.
Reading the things he said, his philosophy, just.
You read his book?
I read some. I think I got. Yeah, I read most of it.
If you don't have it, I'll give you his book.
It's just that
Born to Rebel. You're Born to Rebel.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's what you need to read.
Okay, we're back. 860-1440 is our number here. Joe Reed is with us. Joe Reed Jr. Well, you're not a junior.
Not a junior.
But your dad named Joe.
That's true. We have different middle names.
So that makes you not a junior?
That's correct. Makes me an original. I'm like my father. I'm just not my father.
Ooh, that's heavy. Yeah, we figured that out by looking at y'all. Yeah,
like my mother.
It was it was a pleasure having him up here about a month or so ago, having that conversation. Always a man full of. He's wise beyond his years. I just disagree with being a Democrat.
That's okay. We'll convert you.
Yeah,
you're right.
Good morning. Who's this?
Parts of it are. The way that I think parts of it are not, and parts of it are.
Kind of like Montgomery used to be parts of everybody.
Split. It was split up. So I can't tell you the exact place down in Mobile where it's split, but I think the best way I can say it is it in the second district goes into the predominantly African American parts of Mobile. That's the best way I can say it. So that's
we put all the poor people in one place.
I don't think everybody's poor, but I don't think everybody's poor there. But I can just tell you, that's kind of what the lines are.
Okay.
I don't know about the economics. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I had an opportunity to sit down and I had a really good conversation with him. He is an impressive man. Yeah. Sure.
Thank you. Good morning. You on air? Morning. Okay. Well, I don't care one way or the other personally. It's a Montgomery. It's a Montgomery County, Montgomery
It's a caucus.
MCDC.
Yeah,
It's a caucus.
Correct. Your call is correct.
Yeah, I agree with that. But he represents the party.
No, I don't.
You do represent the party. The Montgomery County Democratic Conference
Does not represent the Alabama Democratic Party.
Oh, so then why do you use the name Democrat in your verbiage?
Because it's an affiliation.
Oh, so affiliation means attached to.
Yes.
Okay then.
That doesn't mean you
I
represent
win.
them.
Good morning on air.
Well, one, is not BS, and two, people can always vote for who they want to vote for. You can vote for whoever you want to vote for. These are recommendations. These are recommendations because a lot of people don't know who people are. And so when you get a caucus who gets together and actually interviews people and talks, and they recommend, much like when I give legal
So you're
advice.
sort of like a PAC.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a group, and the Alabama Democratic Conference has been doing this since 1960. This is nothing. This was formed by 11 African Americans a long time ago who did this.
So
it's a
now,
pact.
so let me get to okay. So I think I got a clearer picture now. So you guys are some interested individuals who came together and formed their own sort of pact, so they could recommend to the people who they wanted to support.
It is a pact at this point due to the evolution of campaign finance laws. But originally in 1960, no, it was just an organized group of. Notice I said 1960. So it's an This is before the Civil Rights Act of 1964. It's before the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Do we still need you?
Yes.
How come?
Yeah. Because the organization, African Americans organized to make sure that politics works for them and not against them.
It hasn't really worked for them.
Sure it has.
Really?
I just mentioned two things.
Well, give me the significant difference that is made in Black folks' lives to 95% of us voting Democrat.
Because you hit me with a
yeah.
with a the question I'm saying it's a mixed bag right now. So Democrat or just voting period? Which one are we talking about?
Well, I don't even think voting.
Well, I think this.
Yeah.
I think, and succinctly put, I think now that I think there was a time. First there was a time in the parties that African Americans didn't even matter.
Right.
They mattered to
like
anybody.
now.
Well, I'm not going to say that. Didn't matter to anybody. And the problem or the issue like in 1960, of course, was civil rights. You're born in America, but you don't get the same privileges and immunities everybody else gets. So the whole point about civil rights is that your rights under the Constitution that everybody else has. But primarily the rights that were abridged were voting rights. That's why you had Jim Crow and Black Codes.
But didn't we initially start out as Republicans?
Yes. Yes, because the Republican Party was known as the party that freed the slaves.
And abolition.
And abolition, sure, absolutely. Because the Republican Party ushered in the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery.
So what changed that?
I'm going to say probably 19, in terms of which way Black folks went. I think 1960 election. There's a book called
Kennedy.
Yeah, it was Kennedy and Nixon, where depending on who you ask, but you ask Solomon C., who was a deceased good lawyer, outstanding lawyer, Fred Gray, you ask these guys, they tend to point to Martin Luther King in jail in Birmingham, and I think John Kennedy calling Mrs. King and asking about his work and how he was doing, and if she needed anything he could do as a candidate. And according to those conversations and even some things written in books, that spread throughout what they called the Negro community at that time. And that was the closest election in American history, other than Bush versus Gore in 2000. And the Black folks who could vote voted and got Kennedy in at that particular point in time. So that began the switch. And I think as we move forward with President Johnson and the Civil Rights Act of 64 and the Voter Rights Act of 65, while Democrats were in control.
Who said we're going to have those ends vote for us for the next 200 years?
Well, no, I think that's what did it. Yeah, Johnson and when he's president, and Truman, or not Truman, but Johnson as president, ushering in those two things. So I think those are the two big things.
Good morning, you're on air. Okay. That's Roscoe's way.
Okay.
Other side of town. Okay. Moving forward, it seems to me, and this is just my own observation, that we can't get out of we can't get to the future because we're so tethered to the past that we find it in 1865 or 69, Black folks had 1% of the wealth in America. Guess where we are today?
Probably 1%.
1%. So we're the only group of people in America that vote 95% for one party. We're the only group that does that. And because if it wasn't for white Democrats, the Democratic Party wouldn't be what they are. Wouldn't be big as they are. It just would. We don't have the numbers.
Sure.
Okay. So why do you think we should be tethered to that party for over 60 years or so when we really are no better off economically, educationally, because we're more concerned about girls being boys and boys being girls. Our schools in our cities, urban cities, just suck. They just suck. What are we missing here? What are we getting for being dedicated to the Democratic Party?
Well, I think there are. What are your options? People say give reasons why they don't vote. I think voting is one of the most. I voted in every election since I was 18. Never missed one. Even when I was away in school, I voted absentee. I think at this point the evolution of what I call the Republican Party, I think is not a party that is inclusive or sensitive to the needs of African Americans. I don't see it.
But are our needs the same as everybody else's needs?
There's some fundamentals. Yes, everybody wants, I think, safety. Everybody wants
your kids with a good education.
I agree. Everybody wants that. Now, that being said, then things start to become nuanced. Okay, and I'm gonna jump in on this. For instance, taking state dollars. Okay, you look at the public school system in a state that is 74% white. Okay, it is disproportionately African American and other minorities at this point. Okay, and people have been leaving. White Alabamians are leaving public schools ever since Brown versus Board.
And the question is, but I don't think it's color. We can't put it on color anymore. It's culture. You just cannot put it on color.
Kevin, go through. You can just go through Montgomery and look at the academies here. Right. And one thing you're going to find is the year most of them were founded, 1954.
I know when they were founded, 1954, right doing Brown versus Board of Education.
And you remember the sick. You remember the sick out.
But we're not there now.
We are there now. This is just it's a trend. It is a trend.
It's a trend because of culture, not color.
No, it's a trend because of race. It's a trend. It's a trend. It's a trend because of race.
Why is it that Black folks that can get their kids out of public school?
They cannot.
They can't. Black folks who can take their kids out of public school.
I think you're being defunded. Look, let me make it make sense to you. I'm gonna make it make sense to you like this.
Yeah.
The University of Alabama has one of the best football programs in this country, and it is that way for a couple of reasons. One, because of the athletes that are there.
Right.
Okay, and the funding that is there.
Right.
Okay. If Alabama, all right, kept its stadium the way it was when Bear Bryant coached there in 1970, the locker room stayed the same, the facility stayed the same, the training stayed the same. Do you think Alabama's football program would have won 6 national titles in 18 years? No, it would not have happened. Okay, so you can't take a public school. We'll fix a stadium now before we'll fix a public school. We take money out of public schools and then blame folks. I'm
still trying to figure out what does money have to do with the intellectual ability or inability to teach and learn?
Deion Sanders said this.
Okay.
Said when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, they pay good. Now, that's what Deion said.
Yeah, but
All right, now that's what Deion said. When you put the reason you pay Nick Saban $10 million is what Nick Saban can do. When you start paying the value, their value, if you invest in education, if you're going to get the best teacher,
You think the teacher who taught Benjamin Elijah Mays got a lot of money?
Oh, that's another. We'll save that for after the break.
We'll be back. We're back. Joe Reedy, the chairman of the NCDC in Alabama. It's a PAC, so they don't represent the Democratic Party, but they kind of do. But they do their. We'll be back.
So, we used to put when the mic's not hot because I'm not gonna get called a Jesse Jackson.
Somebody say hot now. Although the camera. Yeah. But listen, I don't disagree with what Deion said. I don't. But there's got to be a more deeper commitment to it than money.
I'm not saying there's not. The commitment, with its dedication, is directly related to compensation. And what you got to do is,
what about the people who didn't get all that? Who were just as dedicated to excellence?
I think that a lot of that people didn't have options to do other things either. We're not in an era where people didn't have the option. There was no competition. They're committed teachers. But if a committed teacher can make $25,000 more in Georgia, they're going to go there.
But a lot of our teachers are leaving because the discipline and the ability to apply discipline in the public schools of Black children is all. The odds are
any child.
Bunch of Black folks in public school.
I agree with them because they left it.
But they left it because of culture. You can't come to school with your pants all down, cussing teachers out, then everybody getting an IEP because they're badass kids, and you cannot get people to want to teach them.
I didn't have that when I was in school.
I didn't either.
And they were leaving then.
Not then.
Well, it didn't have always like 8 Black people there. And four of y'all related. Four of y'all cousins.
I went to John Adams High, which is a school that's predominantly white when I went there, because we had to pay fees to go to school when I was coming up. The school wasn't totally free. We had to pay. And sometimes you had money to pay the fees, and sometimes you didn't. But the school itself, it was just, the experience of school up there is just so different than I've seen down here. Kids can cuss out the teacher. The teacher take the kids to the principal's office. The principal, before the teacher gets back, send them the other way around and meet her at the door. I don't get it.
I'm not a school administrator, so I don't disagree with things. I believe in social punishment. That's just me. Some people don't believe in that. So, they battled when I was in school. They didn't do that anymore.
I mean, because a bunch of women are on the board. Oh, we don't want to battle. Because Shanika may come up there and start raising hell. So what you do is you take a regular ass kid and you send both of them home out the door together.
You and I will not disagree about that. That's what I'm going back to what you said earlier, which was, people have been leaving on the race.
Initially, yes. But I'm just telling you, I've never seen the South down here. You guys pray for racial issues sometimes. You pray for them. Where I'm from, we didn't worry about the race thing. Yeah, sure, we probably had it, but we didn't.
With 4 y'all up there, nobody even thought about that. Like Minneapolis, it's like anything else. The tensions start when Black folks or any minority starts to get, Stephen studied this. He said in B school, and he says from schools to neighborhoods. In neighborhoods now, what they call tipping, when a prevailing minority becomes about 40% of the neighborhood. No matter what, it don't matter what.
Why do I feel differently? I'm Black. Why do I feel differently?
I think because you live in a place where you haven't seen. Indiana is as bad as Alabama. Okay.
They used to sit. They had a place up there where the white folks used to come sit and watch Black folks hang. People are evil. No matter what.
Agreed. I say agreed. I think I think that's a lens you can look at it and you can isolate it that way to say, okay, it's not that, but I think you what they call a totality of circumstances and the history of things. And the history simply is not. Is that we're
So
still
will we ever get out? Will we ever get out the way of the future by closing the door to the past? We hold that door open like wait for somebody to come through it.
No, people's feet are still in it. People's feet are still in it. I'll give this example. This DEI stuff.
We didn't get rid of that.
It was a DEI. We're making diversity. You read that bill? We didn't talk about that. We talk about on the next thing. We're gonna read them and I'm gonna come back. And
Yeah,
talk about DEI.
I don't think get rid of it too.
But there, without this.
Okay, we're back. Let me go to the phone right quick. I think we're waiting forever. We got another hour to go. Good morning on air. Yes. No, I'm not. I'm not catching on. I'm not.
I'm trying to get it right. Mm-hmm. Huntsville.
Now I'm stuck on my vote that got through in the trash. He said it's up to them. It's their party. But we pay for it. We pay for it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good morning. Who's this?
I'm not the mayor, but good morning.
No, that's the mayor's brother. I'm the only mayor in the room right now.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad.
I'm gonna see if I can remember that. You don't have to text me you or text me.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can remember. That was
well text me that 901-5022. I'll make sure he reads all of it.
Take a second. I'll go back to the first part. I think it's suppressing. Number one, there was no vote suppressed. Let me get that straight. No vote suppressed. That is false. Now, county officials and elected officials can do what it is they want to do. Okay. AGC is a membership organization, because some of these people who are talking, acting, and endorsing are not members of the organization, so they wouldn't be.
But why would somebody who's not a member be confused? But they don't have a right to vote anyway.
Well, you answered that question. Exactly. You have a member you can talk about how the membership works. I'm not a Delta. So what do I know about what Deltas do and the decisions? Oh, she's still there.
She's still there, right?
Wait, hold on. That was a great. She's still there. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is anybody can exercise, can voice their displeasure for any decision I think that anybody makes. So I'm clarifying to you is that some people who are complaining, you're only going to suppress because you got to be a member of the group to deal with it. It's like I can't say that my voice has been suppressed in the Alabama State House and I'm not a representative. I don't belong to that body. So they're not suppressing my voice because there's a decision that came out of there that I did not like. That'd be the people who actually represent you. So no, that's not what I'm saying.
Now, can I ask you, are you a member of the NCDC? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've got no issue with that. Well, I think, let me say this, that what you're saying is some of the conversation that was in the meeting, and that came up. There was without, I can't remember who said what necessarily, tried to say, paraphrase and say, here's the thing, the feeling.
I gotta let you go, but we'll talk back, but I think that's an interesting question.
You gotta stop cutting me off.
Well, like, you're like a reverend, you're starting.
That's a good question.
Yes, you did. Good morning. We got an hour left. Good morning, you're on air. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, appreciate it. It seems like maybe one of our problems, though, if you don't belong to an organization, like I don't, maybe maybe we should join these organizations and get a voice. We don't belong to. We'll be back.
Yeah, that was smart. She asked a good question. She really likes and damages, which is fine. And there's people in the room that did that. There's people in the room. Right. And so, you get a room, people, because people go back and say, well, Anthony lives in Huntsville. People say, well, Jamal lives in Virginia. Well, Anthony's from Bullock County. Well, Jamar from Mobile. Okay, what I'm saying, people went back and forth about.
Do you really believe that this second congressional district is going to change the lives of folks? I don't.
I think that's the misnomer about government.
I think I'm talking about as a group, as a collective, not an individual. But we've been getting all these special districts here, and all we do, we treat black folks like sardines and put most of them way over here. So now we know which ones to ignore.
Well, the flip side of that coin is that you take white people and isolate them.
That's what they
and then,
do.
hold on, and then this particular group gets to run them like what's happening in the legislature. What's happening in the legislature now is all but, I don't want to call it criminal because it's not, it's actually legal. But it is so unfortunate because you got a legislative group that all it does is legislate its skills. It's prejudice. It's all. What benefit to say? Because if you're going to read that bill, what benefit is to say you can't? No person should be made to steal because somebody answers you out here perpetrating shit. And you can not to go
Again, though, it's the dog theory. If my dog bites you, and I'm about to hell like the dog, we're all right with that. But for the next 2 years, every time you see me, I'm beating the hell out of my dog because they bit you a long time ago. At some point, we're going to be in the dog side.
I don't disagree. If you beat the dog, you're doing it. But
one time we're doing it right.
Every time that dog gets around children, and that dog is nipping now. Okay,
keep the children away. Not in front of my dog. I mean, put a fence around the dog.
Well, what I'm saying is that, right, to say about the U.S. Attorney's Office, I would say that it was always up to the judges to correct the U.S. Attorney's Office because the Congress gave them crazy power to do things, and they wouldn't check them. And so that was like a dog that ran wild because it could. And I think when we are foolish, we're supposed to believe here that racism is a thing of the past. And as a thing of the past,
it's not as prevalent though as when we can't have when we don't have a reasonable argument. It is so easy to bring up some race.
Agreed. But also a lot of times now, you're not called nigger anymore on the street. You're not, those things don't happen. So it has certainly changed a whole lot.
That is the biggest threat to black folks right now. Black folks. Because our attention is a place where maybe at one point we needed to focus like a laser on that issue. We don't need to focus. I ain't scared of nobody. I'm scared of black folks.
Okay, I'm witnesses. I won't disagree with you about that, but you thinking on all these subjects about getting the subject. Because someplace else like I can't.
Because they're all related.
We gotta unpack one. Talk about it. Because what you've done is you're the guy who opens up 10 cans of juice in the okay, and leave the top off of them. And at some point you say we'll come back and drink this juice. Whatever we may be. We gonna forget what we had, we gonna forget what it tastes like by the time we get around to it. Let's take these things one at a time.
But it's like people in the South. If they didn't have race to blame, my Lord, how far we would be if we wasn't.
How far we would be if people weren't bigoted?
People would always be bigoted. In high school, the football player and the basketball player got to go out and define looking at women, and I didn't. It was bigoted.
So you hate it. So you hate on that. You hate on it because of that date. Because that date,
I didn't have no car. She wouldn't go over because I had this good game. I never will forget it. Crazy about it. But I didn't have no car. I was broke. She was a bigot.
I've been there. I was short. I was skinny. I weighed 125 pounds.
So bigotry is always going to be around.
That's prejudice. But anyway,
what's the difference? Bigot means you dislike something for a particular reason, and we all dislike things for a particular reason. I like hot dogs and spaghetti. You ever had hot dogs and spaghetti?
Yes, they're bigoted.
Yeah.
Breakfast stuff.
I don't think that's the way that we're. I don't think that's the way that we're talking about it. Is it a bathroom right here?
Yeah. Y'all keep changing the rules, and oh Lord, I'm racism. My Lord. Every year, every 10 years, we change the meaning. Come on.
Some are facing higher
Officials in Texas say the cows have symptoms of flu and they're lactating discolored milk. Suspect the disease came from wild migratory birds. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
But those are the ones you see. They don't see the ones you see. Because you know the working. I'm doing that for temporary. You know, it's a man. Yesterday, he finally got a little adjustment. A little, not much. He got a little adjustment. They're weaponizing. They're weaponizing.
Why is the weaponization of white people powerful? You don't recognize the black people. Why is that? They're really flying in. What is they flying out? Because they're on the wrong side of this shit. And their guy, because they're finding out what everybody else in America is found out. And most of them ain't going to do it. They just mad because their son did it. You don't know them and you don't care about them. There's nothing else. But what's happening is what they represent is good. And if you're done, not because it comes out. And I'll tell you something else. Oh, Puppy got, I think we just talked about that. That's what I'm saying. I was late. I was talking to Diddy. I was talking to Diddy.
I think he needs a representation.
You can ask people. You can give me a talk. I'm talking to Diddy. Yeah, I think you can ask him that. That's all I'm going to say. You can give me a talk. No, I'm talking to Diddy.
Oh yeah, we're back. Good morning. Hope this day finds everybody well. It is 9:08 in the morning. It's a Tuesday morning. Our guest this morning here at the NCDC, I guess is it Montgomery or the Alabama? Is the one everywhere or just in Montgomery?
No, just the Alabama Democratic Conference is the Black Political Conference in Alabama.
Okay.
A group since 1960 there's 63 counties in Alabama and there's 63 county chairs. Mm-hmm. So I'm just the head of the chair in Montgomery.
Okay. Like you're like a company commander.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're on air. Pretty good. Good morning.
Randy Randy Kelly is the chair of the Alabama Democratic Party, and the members of the state Democratic Executive Committee voted for him to be the chair. No, Randy Kelly is the chair of the Alabama Democratic Party. Party. Okay. They were people elected across we're talking 2 districts in each county, so they're elected across the state. One male, one female from each district. Well, that is honesty. Well, it's full honesty. I don't know the last time that two people that two outnumbered 250, but I guess when that happens,
I guess as one is I started to say Dr. Joe Reed. Well, you are a doctor. You got a law degree, so we can call you Mr. Attorney Joe Reed. A Jewish doctorate. That's what you. So you actually can call you doctor.
That's what what I call the modern era says you can do that. I don't do that.
Yeah,
but I'm told you can.
You know, you guys are the only profession in America that has a title of nobility.
Yes.
Only profession. Okay, I don't know where the hell that came from.
England.
Yeah, I know where it came from, but I'm saying, you know, why is that? 860-1440 is our number here, Joe Reed. You can ask, and Joe will come up here most of the time I ask him to come up here, so he don't mind taking the swings and arrows. Most of our black representatives won't come up here because they're wusses, but that's okay. They don't want to answer the tough questions. And we're just supposed to do as we say, do and not as we do. I said, okay, then, okay. I've been trying to get Hatch up here forever, Kenyatta, Tashima Morris, Penny McClammy, and all the, okay, they go over there on Roscoe. Okay, well, but over here is where the stuff hits the fan. Okay, you got to come up with some answers. We ain't just don't tell me to be a Democrat, rub my head like you do the dog in the backyard and give me a bone. You know, you got to tell me where the bone came from. Okay, that's all I want to know, where the bone comes from.
Well, debate is good. Asking questions is good.
That's right.
I thought if you're entitled to your opinion, you're just entitled to your own facts.
Yeah. Let me see who this. Good morning. Who's this?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, I've been voting since '92. Come on now, that's 30 years. Mm. Okay, now that's a lie. They ain't trying to take your vote.
Oh shoot.
They're not trying to take your vote. Now come on, show. Give me the proof. Give me the proof. Give me the proof. Just give me the proof. Show me where they're trying to stop you from voting. No. Absentee. First of all, only reason you should vote absentee because you are incapable of going to the polls. No, they're trying to stop ballot harvesting, where you go you go to a nursing home and you find everybody's name and you put their name on an absentee ballot. They don't know what the hell they just voted for. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of them are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How do we know they said that? Wait a minute. How do we know? How did we know they said I want to vote for Dr. Reed? No, I'm not complaining about him. No, I'm not. Right on. I appreciate you. I agree. So you really are a Democrat. Yeah. But most people are not Democrats or Republicans. They just vote that way. Okay. Right on. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, the gentleman made some very good points, and thank you for that call. He made some very good points. I agree. I think that the discipline situation in public schools has gone out the window. Now, I came through when there was corporal punishment. They had what they call the Board of Education. It used to hang across the principal's desk, at least in my principal's desk. That's where it was.
I'm familiar with the board.
I'm familiar with the board too. I'm familiar with the board at school. I'm familiar with my father's belt when I got home. Yeah. So you didn't get it once. Yeah. You got it twice. And somewhere along the line, we we did get away from that, but still, money still plays an important part. I can't think I call it still. Money still plays an important part in that. And I've been doing elementary school or high school a long time, but you got to have the resources for kids. I was shocked. I'm just some dog here. I was shocked to know that kids couldn't take books home. I asked a kid this. They said they couldn't bring their books home anymore. And I said, well, how do you do homework if you can't take your book home? And they were crying. Saying, they said, well, kids were leaving the books or they were losing and things of that nature. And I still went back to the point, how do you give a child homework when they can't take their book
unless it's
home?
all online?
Well, if it's going to be online, now
you got to have the internet.
You got to have the internet. You got to have a computer. You got to have that. So when you're dealing with children, poor children, and look, everybody in Alabama's a poor state. Let's get this right.
It ain't that poor.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Nick Saban making a whole lot of money over there.
That's Nick Saban.
We ain't that poor.
Right. That's Nick Saban.
We put the money where we want to put it.
You're not Nick Saban, neither am I.
No, that's true.
Now I want to borrow some money from Nick.
Yeah.
And maybe you and I can't, but you got to have the money to do it, and you got to have the facilities to do it. And again, I like it. That's why I'm saying Alabama football is so good, because it invested in that. It got the best coach. It has the best facilities. It's got the best training. It's the best that there is, and that's why they perform. Mountain Brook spends about $400 per student. Montgomery, Alabama was still working a budget per student that happened in 1970, in the early 70s, and had not changed it. And you wonder why the schools look the way they look. You haven't done anything.
Good morning, on air. Good morning.
Not the mayor, but good morning.
Yeah. No, I'm the mayor.
He's the mayor.
You keep getting it.
I don't know who he's talking to, because people mistake me for him.
Yeah.
Even though I'm better looking.
Yes. That's right.
Mm-hmm. I wish you had that answer, because I don't have it. I ask that question, at least once every 2 weeks, sometimes twice in 1 week. They hit the same thing, and I don't know. When it comes to when you poll, when you do all these things, and people get paid a bunch of money to know this stuff, and they're still telling us that the block that's going to elect people is a block that's over 50 years old. And so, and those numbers keep coming back, and not only on the Democratic side, those same numbers come back on the Republican side. And I don't know why young people don't participate. And I think because people don't know what government is supposed to do, they're confused about that. I think government is supposed to do something that is never meant to do. And so because they can handle certain things, they just feel, hey, my vote doesn't count. No one's going to listen, and so they don't do anything. So, and that's just my theory on that. But I wish I had the answer about I bottle it and sell it. But everybody goes through that. We had 20, I think it was like 22% turnout. 22% of registered voters turned out in this election on both sides of the fence. What? Yes. You're showing your age now, but you're right.
Is that partially because of the people that the Democrats and the Republicans put in front of us? Is that partial? Is the people not charismatic enough? Do we not put people in? Are we not putting candidates up that can reach those younger people?
I don't. You go ahead. What? No.
Yeah. Well,
I agree with that.
Okay, if you want young people to come out and vote more often, get rid of food stamps.
How's that going to do
anything? Get rid of, because if a brother can eat for free, he ain't really think about nothing else.
I don't know about that.
If you don't have no groceries at home, all those issues come to bear. But if we can keep you satisfied, lulled into a sense of security because you know you're not going to go hungry, well, yeah, you just sit home.
I got a better idea.
And play the video game.
I got a better idea. Why
Yeah.
don't we bring civics back to school?
Well, why don't we do that?
I don't know why it was ever taken out. I got a suspicion and a theory as to why it was taken out.
But on the other hand, if you try to convince people that a boy is a girl and you got boys playing in girls' sports, I think civics, we way past that.
All right, you touched on that. That's another subject.
We way past that. And you and I know a guy that was on that when he first got elected. And we're gonna leave that one alone.
That's we can talk about it. We gotta finish one thing. We're getting to something else.
We're gonna leave that alone. Okay, you told me about those cans of juice in the refrigerator, so we're just gonna leave that alone at the moment.
People are the conversations we have when we're off the air. That's where the good stuff is.
860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call up and talk to you. Now, I asked you a question a little while ago when we come back. Why you got Republicans and you got independents and you have Democrats? Independence is a waste of time. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to win anything. But so why should black folks still stick with the Democratic Party when personally I don't see where it has uplifted us in the totality of the black population in America. So like when they come to Selma every year, all they leave is trash. And they leave behind. We'll be back.
Alexa smart speakers are great because you don't have to turn a dial or push a button to listen to news radio.
Yeah, we come down there to Selma and walk across that bridge, and buddy, we having a hallelujah good time.
And William says, you aren't the only one who says that. What are we going to do to uplift that? But Kevin, some of these issues are very complex, and they're not simple. Everybody wants to oversimplify this stuff, and nobody wants to.
Maybe we're making it more complicated than it is. When you come to town, bring a check for $10 million for development in Selma.
And that's what a congressperson can help do.
Right, but they haven't done it.
Well, it was true. So talk to the congressperson about that.
Yeah,
all right. Some things have happened.
Sewell's been in there forever now.
Okay, that's a conversation for Congresswoman Sewell.
But who's the guy? Who's the guy named start with an H up in Birmingham? Who was he?
Hilliard.
Hilliard has been up there for years. Everybody's been there for years, and Selma and Macon and Tuskegee are looking worse.
Well, some of these things are not federal issues; they're local.
But you got input. You have influence. You have.
Yes, but influence is not control, Kevin.
Well, that's true.
Influence is not control. And so you got. See, this is a conversation you need to be having when the thing come up. Influence is not control. So some of these issues are local issues, and you have to get your local folks involved.
So are we putting? Then we're putting idiots in office.
Yes.
If nobody
ding.
We put the people in office because we know their name, we know their dad.
Ding.
And that's what it is.
Right.
Stop putting people off of the popularity contest. Because who was the former Arthur Davis would have been absolutely, I think, magnificent as governor, as mayor. He knew people.
If you could tell him anything,
well, yeah.
If you can tell the nigga water was wet, okay. You couldn't talk to him. Well, they told me we went to school together.
Yeah.
And I talked to him, and I said for that business, like we went and spoke as a Democrat. You went and spoke at our RNC. I said, who put that in your brain? He said it was his idea. I said, and he told me, well, pretty much, I'm the smartest person in the room. And I said, Arthur, you're in the wrong room. Because the key to anybody's success is if you're the smartest person in the room you're in, then you're in the wrong room. You need to get in the room.
That's true. You need to get in the room with people smarter than you. You learn something.
Right. That's what you learn. Right. You learn something. Because somebody tell this dude that.
Yeah.
So
you do.
So and that's
a low bar, brother.
Right. That's that's what it was. So and I think that's what I'm saying. People think I let the congressman and suddenly I got to pay my bills. I let the mayor and suddenly my relationships are better. No, there's still things you got to understand. What these jobs are and what these folks are supposed to do, want to do their job, and some of the other things that aren't in the script that they are doing. But you also have, as you're doing here, you also got people who are opposing. We're trying to get taxes up to give us more money in a 50 years after we did it. 50 years. What if you had not had a raise in 50 years? Well, because what if nobody ever had to raise in 50 years?
I feel you. And that's the only reason
And
why.
then you got people fighting it.
And that's the only reason why I said, well,
you got to have the.
Since 1970, if we had, if the ad valorem tax hadn't gone up since 1970, then that means we way behind people.
How you gonna compete? That's my point.
But that's nothing to do with the expectation of excellence. You can be in a barn and learn something if you have the right discipline.
The discipline is keeping. So is instruction.
Sure.
So is instruction.
Sure.
But they have the best instructors. Alabama had the best instructor, and they paid him $10 million a year. And this is what he did: six championships in 18 years, and ain't nobody done that. Okay, ain't nobody done that.
But either black people or white folks, they don't understand that life is like a football game, and in that classroom is the teacher's team. And if we don't give her or him the same control of that classroom like we give Nick Saban control of his football team, then it's a waste of time and you just showing up.
And there are a lot of parents who don't look like you, who don't want somebody who looks like you controlling their kids.
See, their kids ain't there.
That's why they left. They didn't want that to happen.
I don't believe that.
Y'all
got to show me some empirical evidence that that's true.
What you got to do is look at the trend of.
Listen, being born down south, all of you guys had this preconceived notion that everything has something to do with race. I just don't believe that. I've been black a long time.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, we are back. Good morning. Hope everybody's well out there. Let me take this call, then we'll get back to that main question I asked you about why should we be a Democrat? Good morning, you're on air.
You might be right.
Wait a minute, you can't call back.
Why can't he? They spend more money per student. No, I have no idea. No. I think well, they are, but I think it's not just money now. I think it's a combination of things. I don't think it's just one particular thing. I think sure. Oh, you're going too far now. You're going too far.
He ain't totally off. We robbing, we shooting, we killing folks every night. I mean, we got some issues.
You can go run the state of Alabama and find that.
I don't care nothing about the state of Alabama.
Oh, now
I'm talking about Montgomery.
Now you don't.
I mean, man, ain't telling. And we may not like the way he say it, but at the end of the day, Montgomery, our problems are not white folks. Our problems are folks who look like you and I, shooting, cutting, killing. Schools are totally populated 99% by black folks. I mean, we are responsible for where we are.
Is that a question or a statement?
Not a statement. But tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay. And your empirical evidence to that is what?
You don't have the empirical evidence of what you just said.
Yes, I do. I go to school. My son goes to the public school. I see public school all the time. I look at the TV every night. Somebody got shot. Somebody got killed. Last night, somebody got. I mean, it happens every day around here. Somebody getting shot, and it's black folks shooting black folks.
You know, it is. I don't deny those things happen. Okay.
Hell, they happen every day.
Hold on. And when you go into predominantly white counties and you look at what's going on there,
I don't care about them counties.
My point is this.
Yeah.
You have heroes and horse thieves no matter where you go. Okay.
All right, I live with that.
All right. No matter where you go.
I can live
All
with
right.
that.
So you can't simply just say if you're, that's a very
Okay. 12% of the population of America, 52% responsible for all the murders.
I don't know if that's an accurate statement.
That's an accurate statement. Go to the FBI crime stats.
I'm gonna have to do that.
You have to do that. Yeah. 52% of all the murders done by 12% of the population. That's an issue.
Oh.
That philosophy, that culture is embedded. And look at our major city. Our kids, you have a greater chance of dying in some of these rotten neighborhoods than you do in combat. Okay, in some of our cities. And we ain't talking about white folks. We talking about black. So where did that culture come from?
Kevin, I'm a lawyer, not a sociologist. So
Well,
I can't.
that's the same thing.
So I can't say. I think it's a product of a lot of things. I don't think it's one particular thing you can point at.
It's us.
You point at, well, that's a common.
But it's us. It's our willingness, our unwillingness to get tough. To get tough on our kids, get tough on our culture, the expectation of excellence. I love going past MA, Montgomery Academy, because that thing across the fence, that bridge says, in pursuit of excellence. Which somewhere along the line, Valiant Cross is the only thing I know around here that's black operated that has that pursuit of excellence. I can see their kids everywhere in town, and they're always mannerable, stand up right. I'm proud to see them.
So I can take Valiant to the college called in. I can take Valiant Cross's test scores and where they're going to college. Compare that to a poor white county in northeast Alabama, and I can come up with skewed results.
Right, but here's the problem: white folks ain't going around talking about black folks stopping us from going there.
Well,
stopping us from being better than what we are.
I don't think everybody's saying that. I don't think black folks, generally speaking, are going around saying that. I think black folks and what everybody else wants, people just to get out of their way, treat them with respect and dignity, and give them a fair shot at what's going on.
I think everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, that's all.
Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning.
We don't need them. But we don't need them. Well, they did. I mean, I don't. We don't need the private schools ACT score. Most of them go to college. Okay. Okay. And why can't Montgomery do the same thing? We got the internet and electronic devices that'll access any information you want. So why can't we do it here? Okay. I just. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sound like another excuse to me. Sound like an excuse to me.
That's not an excuse.
It's an excuse. Money's got nothing to do with excellence.
Really?
Nothing.
Really?
Not a thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna let him talk to you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Listen, an excuse is something that everybody gets.
Take Alabama's money. All right.
Yeah.
Take Alabama's money
Mm-hmm.
out of that football program. Hold on. Give a university, take Alabama State's budget, give that budget to the University of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And let me know what happens in 2 seasons.
But Nick Saban is the coach, they still win.
Yeah, right.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you need to stop doing that work and designing all that stuff if you can't get paid for it. Good morning on there. Fine.
Wow.
No, well, you need to call in more often so they can't get that line. Okay. Yeah, well. But not the same five guys. Now we had a few calls. We haven't had a new lady call. Got on Joe. Good morning, you on
She
there?
did. I like her. She's smart.
Good morning. I got you. Yeah. Okay, bro. I got it, but we ain't talking about murder. Well, we were talking about murder actually a few minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know that, Ed. We know that. I mean, but they ain't paying attention to the Bible when they're out there killing folks. Okay then. See you later. How do I know? Anyway, now somebody sent me an interesting question. It says, okay, for you brought a house that is 30 years old from the previous owner. In appearance, it looked proper. Therefore, it sold to an unsuspecting buyer, which is me, of course. It was sold, given to a buyer as is. Upon taking ownership, you find structural damage, wiring and plumbing issues, heating and air units fails within 6 months. Who caused the problem? The previous owner or occupier or you?
Great analogy.
That's a great analogy.
I was thinking that when that other caller called and said we own Montgomery now, that sort of thing.
However,
and that person is on point.
However, the problem started by you not doing your due diligence of inspection of the house.
Here we go.
Because you didn't have to buy the house. Had you had a professional person go in, because you tried to do it yourself, look at it, and all you did was observe the house rather than have a professional inspect the house. You're trying to save money.
Kevin, look, that's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about property. The point is that this system was not. They're saying there's a certain ethnic group in charge of this system.
Sure.
And who didn't make the necessary improvements.
Right.
Okay. That was part of this. And now that other folks are here, they're like, well, deal with it. This is suddenly your fault. That's what they're talking about. And that's that's disingenuous.
Let's get back to Benjamin Elijah Mays.
Okay.
They didn't spend the money on him. Did they spend it on us? He learned. One of the most brilliant men I've ever read about. So how did he get there without having lights, computers, without having new buildings? How did he do it?
That was a different time.
Same knowledge. Same knowledge.
You won't get any argument about Benjamin Mays. Certainly not for more.
Exactly.
You're not gonna do that. But that's like.
Yeah, bro. Give me an excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's like taking the lottery winner and then asking why everybody isn't rich. Okay.
I think that pales in comparing what I was saying.
Well,
your thing is that it takes money, like Alabama. I'm telling you, Notre Dame didn't probably spend the money on their place like Alabama does, but Notre Dame is still one of the best systems of football and education in America without spending all that money on a football stadium.
Kevin, Notre Dame ain't won a national championship since '89.
It ain't about the championship.
Yes, it is.
No, it's about the quality of play.
It's been 40 years.
Well, we beat Alabama in 1973 in the Sugar Bowl.
And the mere fact that you said 19 tells how old you are, how out of touch you are. Go ahead.
I had to take a break. We'll come back with the last part of this insightful conversation this morning with the head of MCDC, Mr. Joe Reed, attorney at law.
The best conversations are the ones we sitting right here. You need to we need to be able to talk for a while, and then like an hour, not take as many calls, but talk.
Well,
and then jump in.
Like a podcast.
Yeah.
kind of, but a live podcast where you can call every once in a while. Everybody didn't get to call in. Yeah.
Everybody didn't get to call in. They need to do that. Look, I'm not disagreeing that I don't think it's as simple as, black folks, oh, now you got to deal with it. That's a reality, but it's not that simple. It's reality. But you got to have the
he gained such knowledge, even though he didn't have the resources that we have.
And Morehouse been crying that we ain't had no other maids since Mays.
Exactly.
We had a bunch of presidents, but we haven't had anybody like one guy, because those guys are rare. They're special. Kevin. Okay. They don't grow on trees.
But we got them.
Once in a while, I'll just say you're Nick Saban. These guys are rare.
The circumference of knowledge,
to do it.
But the circumference of knowledge that he had access to is still the circumference of knowledge that we have access to.
Resources combined with the person who knows how to allocate them, that's where you're gonna get some success. All right, when you got that. You can have resources, a person administrator, you're an Army guy. You can have all sophisticated defense equipment you can. The fools don't know how to operate it.
That's true. That's right. True.
But one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
Neither the fool nor the quality trained private can do what he needs to do or she needs to do without the equipment.
Okay. Who was the guy, the general, and took elephants over the mountains?
Hannibal.
Exactly. Things can happen if you put your mind to
Nobody
get it
talks
done.
about people die on that.
Huh?
Nobody talks about people die.
It happens.
Right. Nobody talks about that part.
I mean, it happens.
The disease of the death. We know about that thing.
It happens.
But we don't know about it. We don't know about anything else. Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't on that mountain.
Right. I'm glad I wasn't with Hannibal. All right, because I don't think that would have been too cool for me.
Yeah, I would do that. That's why it takes a leader to convince you to go over that mountain.
I agree. How about that? I recognize the white man privilege. I don't know what he said.
Right, but guess what? I got privilege sometimes being black.
You don't have privilege. You know what you have. You got treated like a regular person. You got treated like you're supposed to be. You think it's a privilege. You think got treated like you're supposed to be treated. You think it's a fucking privilege.
Well, I got stopped by the man a couple weeks ago. You Kevin Elkins? Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah. I'll see you later. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
slow down.
I ain't mad. I got stopped by a Georgia State trooper.
Okay.
Coming back.
Yeah.
He went 85 in the 70. He pulled me over. Did all stuff. And I said, I'm keeping up with traffic. I saw him sitting there, he lit it up, weaved in, got me, pulled me over. And he was, he was talking to me. I said, well, officer, said trooper, I said, well, everybody, I was keeping up with the traffic. I said, everybody else, I said, them call it speeding too. Look at them going, they speeding. He said, that might be true, Mr. Reed. He said, but I got you.
Well,
Yeah, he told me, and I'll be back. Came back with his ticket.
Oh, okay.
No, came back with his ticket. He was polite. Told me to have a nice day. He ruined it. He told me to have a nice day. But we got to, it's a combination of things. You put money on the floor and leave in this corner and leave a baby here, the baby's going to starve. Baby's not going to know to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? Baby's going to starve. What you got to have is an adult come in the room, know how to take the money, provide for the damn
So
baby,
then
why
do you Democrats then, and Republicans, but Democrats more so than Republicans, put idiots in office?
That's America. That's why there's a reason I believe that the rich, educated planters didn't want the right to vote. They vote everybody.
I think they had something going on.
Right.
Because
there's a reason for that.
Some of the people we put in office, just
absolutely. Start with your senator. Tuberville, who don't know the regrets of
I like
government.
Tuberville.
Fine.
Tuberville got common sense.
Shit.
Yeah. That you don't need to put men who think they're women in charge of a scientific thing up there at Redstone Arsenal. First of all,
what does that have to do with anything?
Okay, here's what it has to do with. I'm glad you asked me. Redstone Arsenal. Anytime you're dealing with space and numbers and computation, it has to be exact science. Are you telling me that you're gonna have a guy who don't know whether he's a damn woman or a man?
Does that mean he doesn't know what 2 + 2 is?
Yes. No, he don't. Because he should have known that it takes a man and a woman, 1 + 1 to make 2.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. 9:49 in the morning. Let's go back on and take a look. See Joe Reed with us right now. This is our every once in a while podcast with callers. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning.
Are you saying that Mr. Figures paid for his endorsement? Okay. And you find that if you raise the question and you find that you're wrong, and somebody says, hey, that's not what this is, let me explain it to you, and they explain it to you, you say, oh, I see what you're talking about, all right, misunderstood that, and you correct, then you're done with it. I'm sure you do.
All righty then. Let's take one more call. Ooh, ouch. You got slapped. That's okay.
That's called a miss.
Good morning, on there. Okay. Did you just call me? Didn't you just call me a few minutes ago? It ain't that. It's the same guest.
Yes, and I agree with you.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let me get one more. Let me get one more question. One more person in because I don't think they've ever called before. Good morning on the air. Then I'm gonna give Joe the last word. Okay then. Right now. I don't know about loving, but you're all right with me. Anyway,
look,
will we ever? How will we know? How in your mind, as members of the MCDC, how will we know when we in the promised land?
Oh boy.
Because we've been promised for a long time.
Sure. I think when our experiences start to, I think our conversations, the way we feel about ourselves, the way others feel about us, when they'll start to mirror our brothers who are of a different color in this country, we're treated the same way. I think that's how you'll know. Black coaches always said they wanted, when they would be on the team and get fired, they said they wanted to have the same opportunities their white brother coaches had, which was to be rehired and fired again in some cases. So I think people just looking for the same thing everybody wants, which is to be treated fairly and equitably.
Now, this is strictly my opinion based on what I have seen since I've been here for 33 years and all across America. We do seem to be the only group of people that find that being a victim is advantageous for our mental health. We need to blame something for what we don't do. It's either the white guy. I don't have enough money. There's so many like downtown, like in the House of Representatives. We're always hearing where it's more them than it is us. Well, there has all and will every and see if you disagree, for every great movement, there's always been one person to start it. Always.
Mm-hmm.
So are we saying that we don't have any leaders in the House of Representatives that can start a movement and convince people that their cause is just? You don't have to convince everybody. You just got to convince one or two to come here. So do we not have the ability to do that? Because we're always blaming somebody else. It's 10 of them and 5 of us.
I think you do, but to the point that made this other guy, when you got numbers don't lie, and when you got a majority of people who think a certain way, a smaller number who think a number is always going to prevail.
If I can show you where that has been overcome by other people.
Sure, it can be, but it can be, but it may just be dug into. But I'll say this.
So
there's no issue about that. But I'll say this: when you have a group and you're not part of an organization, you want to know how the organization works, then you join the organization. But people who disparage the organization because they don't get their way and make up stories about things that happen. That's what's really
Anyway, listen, thanks for coming out. It's always a great conversation.
Always. There's always a conversation that people don't hear, which I want to make sure they hear next time. Okay. So you can hear how with you.
We'll be back. Okay. Huh?
4 minutes.
No, you done.
You hear the news? No, so let me say this thing about Ant Dance. So here's what happened. There's a faction within ADC that want Daniel, certainly, who like him. Okay, there's also a faction of people who like